And what's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 163 of the podcast, the last podcast of 2024.
How you doing?
We have a very special episode for you guys today. I am joined by my co-host, Lucas. Thank you for being here, buddy.
How you doing?
And there's not a camera on her tonight because it was a little bit last-minute unexpected thing, but we also have Gia with us for a hot minute to talk about something real quick, and it's about Soto of former New York Yankee. I won't have much to say, but I know you two are very passionate about it, so let the discussion begin.
All right, so Juan Soto, if you're living under a rock, which this podcast might be, because I don't know how many sports fans are out there. No shade. Juan Soto was a Padre, got traded to the Yankees. Yankees acquired him, and the belief was that he would be a Yankee after this year, sign a stupid, ridiculous deal. But he seemed very happy as a New York Yankee, which I think made a lot of Yankees fans excited because it was like, as long as we are close enough in the bidding, which we knew was going to be a lot of money because we just saw what Ohtani got, which was $700 million after 15 years. So I think the impression was that Yankees don't have to be the top bidder. They just have to be close enough, and he will be happy about it.
Because of the season he just had with the Yankees.
Not only that, I think he just was liking being a Yankee.
How could you not? It's every kid's dream to be in pinstripes.
Yeah.
And this is the only thing I'll add to this.
Your only input.
My only input I'll add to this, and it's because it's from the reaction of Yankee fans of this deal that just broke. Like, I think people thought he was going to be very loyal to the Yankees.
Well, that's why it's a fucking sellout.
It's Robinson Cano. It's the Robinson Cano thing all over again. Like, I said this to someone, this hurts like Robinson Cano did, but it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't hurt as bad. And the reason it doesn't is because Cano was a Yankee. Like, we saw him for a while, and we're like, cool,
which
he's
Soto
there.
was just there for a season.
Soto was there for a year, so even when we got him, in my head, I was like, fuck, he's going to the Mets because the Mets were going to sign him for $1 billion. Like, I knew that. Like, I was like, cool. But
when we got him, I knew the chance of him leaving after the season was high. But that was before the Yankees had the season that they fucking had.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and everyone's saying, and like, honestly, if you're one of those people saying that he left because he's scared to be in the shadows of Judge, you're wrong. And even if you do think that, and even if that's right, that is the most selfish thing a baseball player can do in the MLB because the baseball is not an individual sport.
You have your team players, but it is the most sport-oriented. It's probably the most team sport of team sports, I guess. I mean,
a fielder can't make a play without a pitch being pitched,
or a first baseman being there. Yeah, exactly.
Like it just, you have to have moving parts of baseball.
Yeah.
Here's where I think that Soto was the scummiest, grossest, sellout fucking piece of shit that has ever walked the planet.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, the deal that he just accepted, and even the not counteroffer because the Yankees didn't offer last, the Mets did.
They didn't get to,
but
they didn't have the chance to.
They didn't have the chance,
which
to.
Sucks.
Oh,
which kind
but
of
it
sucks.
Doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It's the largest deal in baseball history.
Yeah, $765
in
over
all of baseball history.
But could be $805.
But not even that. It's going to be $805 because each year after the fifth year is a fucking $5 million raise.
Well, and it's got to be. I think it's incentive based too, though. So
it is.
Expecting that he'll stay healthy because again he's 25, which is insane.
Which is huge.
So yeah, I think the thing that I agree with almost everything, and I think Maybe I'm numb to it because my Giants are just dog shit this year, so I'm just like, I'm in a whirlwind of like, we made it to the World and we suck again, and like, I'm just like, that's where my life is. The things that I've read in the reports that are concerning to me is, number one, the altercation with the security. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about that, but basically
with the NFL players.
No. With Soto.
Soto.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I was talking about Burrow, whose house just got broken into.
Which is crazy too.
Yeah.
About that.
Juan Soto basically said that a family member and his driver had an altercation with someone at Yankee security about getting into a player-only area. But they expressed that we're Juan Soto's people, blah, blah, whatever. And apparently the security kind of poo-pooed it and made a scene. So apparently that was a big part of it.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah, I understand
because
your
you know
loyalty
what the Yankees
to
do
your...
in that? fire the security guard.
No. Well, not only that, it's like, listen, you're the Yankees. You're going to make up on that. You're going to be like, hey,
Right.
whatever. But here's the counter argument. It's the Yankees. No one is bigger than the Yankees.
Agreed.
Derek Jeter was not bigger than him. Aaron Judge was not bigger than him. And that's why I'm going to get to point number 2. The way that we are pivoting and saying that this deal was, I'm not saying it was done by a suite, but the fact that Juan Soto was so insistent on having a suite at Yankee Stadium, paid for by the Yankees.
Right.
Meanwhile, Derek Jeter, Aaron Judge, Masahiro Tanaka, CC Sabathia, all these guys paid for their suite at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
no one has ever gotten that. So
Here's another thing, though, and
That's
I
a
agree
big
with that.
point
I
and
do agree with
perspective
that.
you
to
can't
it.
break
I do
that
agree with that.
tradition with him. No offense to Juan Soto.
Right? No, I
but
agree.
I agree.
I absolutely agree.
You know,
I agree.
You can't
Yeah.
do that with
Here's
him.
my thing.
Yeah.
So it's just upsetting because when you think about the Yankees, you think about like America's team. Like every Jazz Chisholm said it the best, which by the way, I love him. I'm so glad we have him back.
This is the number one Jazz
Love
Chisholm stand on
him.
this.
I love him.
Huge.
Even if he's in a slump, his energy that he brings to the team, you literally cannot help but just get so hyped up when
He was
he's
just in
on
Miami.
the screen.
He was just in Miami, and they caught him on the beach, just smoking and drinking a bottle of Henny, and everyone's like, "Yo, he's just like us."
Yeah, no, like, he really
smoking
is,
pot on the
like,
beach, just drinking Henny, and
He's
they're like,
just
"Yo,
awesome.
he's just
I really
like
do
us."
love him, though, but he said it best. It's every kid's dream, growing up to play baseball, to play for the New York Yankees and be in pinstripes.
Yes.
That's where, not only after the season that Soto just had, but on top of that being the factor, and getting that much money that you did from the Yankees, the Yankees only offered him offered him $760 for 16 years, where the Mets were $765 for 15 years.
But
Now he can opt out after the 5th year.
Yeah.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
We'll see.
However, I think it's just after everything, I would have rathered him gone to the Los Angeles Dodgers. You don't go to the rival New York team, you stupid piece of shit.
I've heard a lot about Dodgers getting thrown around too lately.
I would have rathered him go to the Dodgers.
It was Red Sox, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Yankees were all the big hitters.
So
in the deal.
that's one thing. The second thing that I brought up, again, I said this before the podcast, but I was fighting about Juan Soto in me and Frankie's family group chat the other day. Is that, remember that Aaron Judge was offered a deal by the Padres for $415 million
and turned it down.
but turned it down to stay loyal to the Yankees. That's what I mean by Yankee loyalty. That's what I mean about the Yankee dream and about the baseball dream is to play. Especially, listen, for a while, the Yankees fucking sucked. I don't blame other players at that time to be turning down multi-million-dollar deals from the Yankees because they didn't want to be a part of a losing team.
Yeah.
You're a part of a winning, runner-up team. The Mets, I'm sorry. You just lost in the playoffs. You didn't even make it to the fucking World Series. How are you going to go to the rival New York team that didn't even get as far as... That's why I'm saying the Dodgers just won the fucking World Series. Go to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think the thing that concerns me about all of it is the loyalty thing. Again, going into the year, I kind of figured, I don't know if this is a forever. Once we got halfway, 75% through, I'm like, shit, he loves it here. So that's what
saying.
I think for me was ooh,
I think that's what it is
sucks.
for a lot of Yankee fans.
Yeah.
I mean, there were videos of Soto by himself in the dugout after the World Series, literally just sitting there in the dugout. Everyone was like, there is no fucking way that's going to be his last time in a Yankee uniform.
Well, I unfortunately, I was at game 5. I went to the Bronx for it, and I went to Billy's because I was like, I'm not going in the stadium. I was like, I just the vibes were off. I was like, I can't spend the money. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And that 5th inning happened, and when that 5th inning happened it was part of me that I don't want to say I knew, but it just was that you're oh,
intuition,
shit,
gut feeling, right?
Now it's all just
Downhill.
starting to fall down.
Right.
Ultimately, the big thing is what I said to a lot of people. I don't think he was scared of being in that limelight, but I wonder if he sat there and said, Francisco Lindor is a better guy to be next to because I'm the superstar, and compared to Lindor, who Lindor is kind of on par.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Like, statistically, they're both very good players. Juan Soto maybe is a little better for, like, the name, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe his thought process was, I can be that guy on the Mets. I'm number one, where Judge was always going to be
a shark in a small pond compared to a fish in the ocean.
Well, and listen, it does not matter because we go back to football contracts, and Aaron Rodgers signed with the Jets, and they were convinced they were Super Bowl bound, and now it's 2 years of this, and he tore his ACL last year.
Really just
you know what, though?
because
I don't
he
even
didn't
think that the Mets are expecting just because of they signed Soto that they're going to the World Series.
No,
I don't think
no,
that's
no,
even
no.
it. I think it's just
It's obviously
like, I
more
didn't-
Soto's benefit than anything ever.
And you know what? As soon as that decision came out, I went silent.
Yeah,
silent. I was like, "What a scumbag!" Like,
it's a shitty feeling right after a World Series appearance.
Sure.
Like, yeah,
However,
that's what sucks. But
now, I fucking hope, especially the Mets fans who are really only giddy about it to kind of rub it. Because here's the difference between Mets and Yankees fans, and I say it all the time: if the Yankees would have lost in the ALCS and the Mets would have won in the NLCS and they made it to the World Series, I would have been happy for the Mets. I would have been rooting for the Mets because it's a New York team. Mets fans wanted the Dodgers to win. They were rooting for the Dodgers to win because they just didn't want the Yankees to win.
Yeah.
Now, I think that Mets fans are like, oh, fuck you, Yankees fans. Like, we got Soto, like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't even really give a fuck about that because now that gives the Yankees so much more flexibility. We're getting Bellinger. I think we're getting Trout. I'm just saying. That's my personal opinion.
I would love that.
The roster opportunity that the Yankees have now, because you can sign fucking 10 all-star players for that $760 million you're about to give that piece of shit,
like
good scumbag.
Like the equivalent.
We just got Max Fried, who's a left-handed pitcher from the Braves, and he's one of the best players since 2020.
You can
That's the deal that just happened today.
your
8
entire
years, 200
fucking
and
roster.
something.
Bye, Rizzo. Sorry, you're old and washed up. I wish Giancarlo Stanton would get tossed the fuck off the team because I hate him.
No, but
I will appreciate what he did in the postseason, but I'm sorry, not one person wins in the postseason, and not one person, because everyone likes to say, "Oh, Judge got us there, which I agree.
Judge
he
got
helped
us there
out,
and then went
he helped
quiet.
out, but
But
it's not one person. Like I said, baseball is a moving game. There's so many moving parts. Giancarlo Stanton definitely needs to get the fuck out of there, though. Have fun in your Hall of Fame. You deserve it. Like, you did a great job in your first fucking few years, but I'm done with him.
I
bye,
think
Rizzo. Goodbye.
Rizzo's gone.
Glaber's bye.
Gone. But
I think they should get rid of DJ too, but that's my opinion.
Well, I mean, he's gonna be gone to some extent. I mean,
Probably hurt.
I was just saying, I think the thing that bothers me the most about it, right, is I really don't think if George Steinbrenner is alive, who's Hal Steinbrenner, the owner of the Yankees, he was the one. If you go and watch the Derek Jeter docs and all that stuff, he considered the Mets little brother. But not in a oh, you're my little brother. Fuck you, you're my little brother. You'll never be the Yankees, which was just that aura of, oh wow,
and
this is
has
crazy.
been, though.
Always has been.
Yeah.
The issue is that when he died, and his son took over, it changed.
I agree.
And the problem is that when you got a guy like Steve Cohen, who just is ready to put his nuts on the table and say, I don't care how much money I have to spend to be better than the Yankees, and the Yankees
about ego and pride.
Unfortunately, the Yankees are they are very much money focused. They've been in the past. When this happened, we were like, yo, no way. They actually went and fucking traded for, we were like, holy shit, they did it.
Yeah.
The Padres kind of make out the best because they're like, we didn't have to pay him.
Right.
We got a starting pitcher out of him, and then a guy now that Higashioka's not on the team anymore. He's a Ranger now. But they got players. They made the playoffs. Padres could have been in the World Series. They could have beat the Dodgers. They were a better team than the Dodgers. The Dodgers just kind of got them in, games 5 and 6 or whatever it was. This, in my opinion, if the Mets win a World Series, it'll just be like the same thing with the Giants and Saquon. I've said this. I don't care if Saquon goes and rushes and becomes the rushing leader and all that stuff, because if he doesn't get a title there, it does not matter to me.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you don't win a Super Bowl, don't matter.
Right.
Yep. Okay, cool. You couldn't do it with us. You can't do it with them. I don't care. So it's the same thing in my opinion. This, for the Yankees, needs to be the okay, we're back to the evil empire. In my opinion, that's what they need to do. They need to say, you decided to leave here?
It needs to be like a redemption arc.
Cool. That's we're going to prove to you why that we're going to just go and get everybody.
Yes.
So that's where I think, as long as you, like you said, you plop it on the table and you say chicken finger buckets are going to be $200 this year. Cool. Go buy everybody.
Yeah.
I don't care. Because look at, the Dodgers did it. The Dodgers went and got Blake Snell.
Yeah.
They got another, they have everyone on their team that they have. All these guys that the Yankees last year tried to get. Yamamoto. They tried to get Blake Snell. They're trying to get all these dudes. And, Freddie Freeman.
Yep.
First baseman who ruined the Yankees, that playoff run. Ruined us. Yankees tried to get every one of them, and the Dodgers were like, nope, blank check, just figure it out. Yep. Yeah, don't worry about it. Boom.
Sign and now with that $760 million they were going to give?
Yeah. Now the Yankees,
give me all those players.
But that's
now.
the thing. The Yankees need to go and do that. If they don't do that,
they definitely
and they're content with just what they do, then I'm going to have a problem. Then I'm going to be like, cool, you played big dog, tried to pretend like you were going to get Soto, and then this is what happens. Trade for Bellinger is the big next move. If you trade for Bellinger,
I think
then the team that you have, honestly, I'm okay with you bringing them out on the first game of the season. Like I still think there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
I personally said I would sign Nestor Cortez again for a very low money deal. I would sign Marcus Stroman again for a very low money deal. Like, bring them in as guys that can be in your rotation, because now you have Garrett Cole, you have Carlos Rendon, and you have Max. What I just say? What's his name?
Weaver to close. I love him.
Weaver, yeah, but Weaver to close. Lewis Heel. Like, you have the guys. You know what I mean? So just keep adding pieces, because the pitching, I feel like, has been the hitting, the Yankees go in these slumps. They go up, they go down, and that's just how it is. But their pitching has always been their thing, where they've probably lost 20 games a year because their guys in the middle of the innings can't get it done.
Right.
So now, do that. Now you've got that secure. Cool. Next step. Get the hitter. Go trade for that guy. They can't, they lived in this world of, we're not going to trade our prospects. They did it for years. They're like, nope, Gary Sanchez, you're the next guy. Greg Bird, you're the next guy. All these dudes that they just fucking kept. Miguel Andujar, Gleyber Torres, you're our guys. And one of them was on the team at the end of this year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone else is gone in AAA, AA. Like, you got it. When these guys get hot, unless you're like, oh, cool, you're going to be a player. And Volpe, they didn't get rid of Volpe because he was the next Jeter, that instrumental guy. Domingo Jason Dominguez in center field. That's their big body 21-year-old. He's going to be a great player. But those are the guys that they're like, nope, no touch. No touchy.
Right.
Everyone else, if you got those guys that you're like, they might have... Go get them, dude. Go get them. Go get them. Because at the end of the day...
Because these kids are still young. Kids are still your prospects. Go get other people.
Well, you also
build
a super team. Build a Dodgers super team and go win fucking 3 titles, and then we'll stop. We'll be like, cool, we're out. We're done.
Also, here's my thing with the whole Soto thing is that, people can come at me and be like, well, of course it was about the money, and blah, what did you think? I think for Yankees players, it was... No matter what, you're getting the biggest deal in MLB contract history. Mm-hmm. That if it's about the money, just kind of take a step back and be like, I'm still getting more than anybody in the MLB is.
But in a sense, it's not about the money, because he got...
It is about the money.
No, he got more with the Mets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's about the money.
Okay. I thought you were leaning towards something else.
I think for Yankees, for the Yankee fans, like me personally, I was like, I really didn't think it was going to be about the money because of the season he just had with the Yankees and the fucking name he just made for himself with the Yankees. And everybody wants Juan Soto because of what he just did for the fucking Yankees. Yeah. Now, what I'm saying is, in retrospect, I didn't want it to be about the money. But the guy, either deal he would have taken, he was still the most paid player in the MLB. If he wanted it to be about the money, it was about the money either way. Yeah. But he sold himself out for an extra $5 million compared to the other $760 million he was getting. Anyway.
I wish that the number was like the Yankees' top was 730, and that was just what we were at. And it's like, he got 765. Holy shit, he got $35 million. Like, you can kind of be like, cool. Steinbrenner said, I'm not going to spend more, and they could say, he tried to get it down, blah, 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 whatever. The issues I have with it, the $5 million, that hurts. Because it's like, if the Yankees got that counter, they could probably justify saying, we'll give you 5 more, but that's your suite.
Right.
Like, you're paying for your suite.
Yeah.
You are. Or even be like, hey, 10 more, but you're paying for your suite.
Right.
You are. The extra money that puts him at $805, you make that as a Yankee. And you're going to make it as a Met. You're going to make more. But I really hope that it's not like they were just bag chasing. Like not even for him.
That's what it was, though.
I'll disconnect it from me being a Yankees fan. And listen, I might not like the Mets. I might not like Mets fans for the most part because they don't like me. But like, congratulations, good for you guys. You went and got that guy.
Sure.
Listen, I hope that they're a competitive team. But at the same time, it's like, I'm excited to see if they're going to be holy shit, your team's just falling apart because now you don't have any money.
Now you don't have to spend on anyone else.
You got to get rookies, you got to whatever. But look, they had a good team last year that got hot at the right moment, and now if you put Juan Soto on that team, they could be a better team. But again, it's baseball. You got to see, it's 180 games a year. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. But I just think it's like, when you're a Yankee, you're a Yankee. And when you're a Met, Soto could be a fucking top 25 Met all time. Yeah. Now, he hasn't played a game. Like, that's no shade. No shade. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but maybe I am. Fuck you guys. But no, again, it's like he'll probably end as a top 25 Met in his career, kind of a thing. But like, again, maybe I have a biased view, but like, if you're a top 25 Yankee
compared to
all time,
like,
that's incredible.
That's what we're saying. And
with rings,
you know what?
To your
with
thing,
how young he is, he could have been.
I know he definitely didn't give it as much of a chance.
Like, you want to leave, but that's where I'm also saying, how can that like? Why it's so upsetting about it was really just about the money in this guy's head, which is why I'm calling him a gross piece of shit. Is because you want to talk about like pride and legacy and leaving a reputation behind once you retire. Like Derek Jeter, I mean, a Hall of Fame. He's known as Derek Jeter, our captain, number 2, retired number. Like, the loyalty to the Yankees in that kind of sense, where Soto's loyalty was to his money. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about the legacy that he left behind when he could have just left such a great legacy behind.
I think it's a little too early to tell with that. Let's see how.
I think $5 million.
I agree.
I'm very disconnected because, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm like, cool. Like, I really think they're gonna. Like, I think this could be a good thing for the Yankees.
I
like,
do
know,
too.
Like,
I just think
it just sucks right now. Like, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
of course.
Principle.
But
I do think it's a great thing for the Yankees because
this is where I wanted to close this conversation with it. Do you think
you don't want to spend another 45 minutes?
No, I don't. Well, we're 20 minutes in already. So with this deal that happened, is Soto better off now after thinking it through? Aggravations aside and everything, is this Soto's best move?
Or the Yankees?
On the Mets. And is this the Yankees' best move that this has happened to? Are we going to see both play out to both their benefits?
No. Soto's a moron. And
that I said, okay.
I think
Soto's a moron for going to the Mets. I'm telling you.
You very well could be right. Yeah, you're right.
Soto's a moron for going to the Mets. But for the Yankees, this
pivotal moment.
This is probably great thing for them.
This is one of the most important things that's going to happen to this guy.
It's a big move. It's a big shift.
They're going to either go and overspend on everyone and it not work out, which could be catastrophic, or they're going to overspend and it's going to be like, cool, maybe it worked and go
catastrophic.
Don't say. Are you a Yankees fan? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
No, for the Mets.
No, we're talking for the Yankees.
No, I'm talking about for the Mets spending that much money and then
I do think it's going to be catastrophic. Listen, I'm not going to lie.
Again,
because like I said though, one player does not win you games. Like,
no, they still have guys on their contracts though.
100%,
so like they still have a good like this could be a 1 year and they could go win next year and they could just be like, cool, it was worth it.
Yeah,
and I do like Aaron Judge. I don't like how much shit he got during the postseason because he was huge. I still gave him shit. Relax. But it doesn't take one. It doesn't take one person though
No, of course
to win
not.
you a World Series. No one else on that fucking team was making
No.
the right plays or like beneficial hits.
Wait,
or
you're
clutch
telling me the
base hits.
Yankees didn't come in clutch at the right moment
But-
during a game that was super important to the regular
But-
season? That's fucking nuts. I would never expect that from the New York fucking Yankees, who haven't been relevant since 2009 when you won a World Series. I wouldn't have expected that.
Same thing with Soto though, and I don't think the Mets fans or the Mets are even saying like, now that we got Soto, we're gonna go ahead and win a fucking World Series. No, I think they're spitting. I think they're spitting on Yankees fans, being like, "Fuck you, we just got Soto."
Well, listen,
I don't think it's about.
No.
I don't think it's about like the end goal.
The
World
longevity
Series
of
because
it.
we got
Right.
Soto.
Well, listen,
I think it's
right.
fuck you, Yankees fans. He's not in pinstripes anymore. He's in orange and blue. Go fuck yourself.
Listen, I get that though. It sucks, but you know what's gonna be the best thing ever if you go and you sign Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
If you go fucking sign Pete Alonso,
I want that too, but I don't think they are.
That's the all-time Met, bro. That's the Met that got them on the map again
Yeah,
before
it
they
is.
signed Marte and Lindor and all
they
those
sign,
guys.
if
So
they
it's
sign
like,
Alonso,
if they sign Alonso, like, all right, now we talking. You know, now you want to
because
say
honestly,
fuck you, Mets.
when
you know?
he just
So-
came out, I said to begin with I would rather Alonso than Soto.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think there's arguments on either side.
There's a lot of things that have to happen now. Hopefully, when this episode airs, like we're talking about, right? There's like
Different
more
players
Different
people that
deals
the
and
Yankees
everything.
have, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Again, listen, baseball is such a funny fucking sport because you like sit there and you're like, oh, you can't spend all this money, but then the Dodgers have like 7 contracts that are $500 million plus.
Right.
So it's like, what do you mean? Like, you're the Yankees. You're telling me you're the number 1 organization in sports in the world, and you can't go and do it. So now, go spend $1 billion on a team.
Yeah.
Like, go spend $1 billion and get
a
everyone you
team.
need to.
Right.
Yeah, get everybody. So yeah, we'll see.
We will see.
Yeah, thank you.
No, we need you for one last thing. You're gonna draw cards for us right now.
For what? How long is this going to take?
Not long.
35 minutes.
I have to get back to studying. I came
Okay.
back
All
down to take a
right.
break.
All right. You want to go first?
What is it?
Yep. Oh, you got it. This is a layup for you. You're up first. Show him the face.
Okay.
What is the title of the film?
Men in Black.
It doesn't tell me the answer.
On the
It
bottom,
is on the bottom.
upside down.
Oh.
And then write the point.
All right, hold on.
No!
You didn't tell me.
All right, well, we'll just revisit the last episode with my
revisit the last
scoring.
episode.
I'm
Just
beating
put a
Frank.
point down
For
to
the
the
record,
side.
I'm
Why
beating
the
Frank.
fuck would you do that?
Wait, ready? Write a little box in the corner. Do like a little box in the corner like this one.
That's the
Yup,
corner.
and then just put 1. Because we
Okay,
can
yes.
add that
yeah.
point off
All right.
of what...
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I have 3, 4.5, 5, 6.5. I have 7.5 points. I'm excited. Well, just gotta go back to studying, so hopefully we'll get to that soon.
All right, next question.
What is the name of the actor in the picture?
Will Smith.
Okay.
Is that 1 point or 2 points?
That's one.
Lame. Lame.
Who plays along Will Smith as the other man in black?
Hello.
I'm doing a podcast, asshole.
Was it Marley?
Yeah.
I know the name and I can't think of the name. I'm just gonna say Billy Bob Thornton, and it's not the answer.
No.
Correct.
Okay.
Who is it? You can
It's
say.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Thank you.
Do you get a point now?
No,
Phil?
no, no.
No.
I just.
All right. There's a dog called Frank in the film series. What breed is this dog?
Pug.
Very good. Very good. I would have had the thought about that. Is that what all of them?
Yep.
All right, no, but that was the last question.
Was it 2 or
Look at
3
the points.
3 points.
3 points.
So I have 2 more.
Oh shit! Wait.
I got 1.
Okay, yeah.
I got 2,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
a 3-pointer.
yeah,
I
yeah,
missed the
yeah,
2-pointer.
yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
Lee
yeah,
Jones.
I got
Yes,
it.
Right?
yes,
I
yes,
got it
yes.
now. I thought you were
Doing
just-
great, doing great. All right,
She erased it again.
My brain's fried.
all right, my turn. This is fucked. Oh,
Oh,
it's
wow.
not that bad. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm
Oh, I
gonna,
thought,
I'm
I
gonna
thought that
butcher
was
some.
I thought that was hereditary.
Yo, that's fucked up.
Hereditary.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
that's
yo,
fucked
damn.
up.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Pop off, King.
Go ahead.
What is the title of the film?
Kill Bill.
2.
What is the name of the actress in the picture?
This is what I'll butcher. I don't know.
Uma Thurman.
Okay.
Who directed Kill Bill?
Quentin Tarantino. Okay.
Uma Thurman's character has a list of people she's gonna get even with. How many people are on the list?
7.
Incorrect. 5.
I thought it was 9.
Yeah, it was something
I don't know
around
why
there.
I thought it
Okay,
was
yeah.
9, but-
I don't know why. I was pretty fucking confident. No, that's it. That's it. That's it. We just do 1 round each. Now.
All right, cool.
Now, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you
you
and
so
not
much.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to move on to the rest of our
And she's been
episode here.
fired. Thank you. The last appearance
Very
from
good.
Gia on this podcast ever, according to Frank.
All right, guys. So listen, we had a little Soto tangent. We did our game. We're going to get into our main topic plus some other topics.
Skip to 30 minutes and 47 seconds if you don't want to talk about Juan Soto.
Yes, exactly.
You could put that before it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. The pre-message.
The pre-message.
The pre-message. Today, as our last podcast of 2024, like we usually do at the end of the year, we're going to state our top 5 most anticipated movies of 2025.
Yes, sir.
We have done this a couple times in the past couple years, so we're going to do it again. But I would first like to take a moment of silence real quick for Kingda Ka and Green Lantern. Less Green Lantern, more Kingda Ka being taken away from us at Six Flags Great Adventure. Moment of silence starts. Yep. Yeah. Very good. All right. It's a bit devastating because it's childhood staples for both of us. As far as I've heard, though, Kingda Ka is coming back in some sort of form, bigger and better in 2026.
Yep.
And I'm assuming it's going to break records again, so we'll see what happens with that.
I shit you not. I am more devastated that Parachutes is gone.
Right. I know there's more rides, more than that that's going
Parachutes
away.
are gone. The
Twister,
skyline
the
is
barrel
gone.
roll
The
thing.
skyline is gone.
No, they're remodeling it, actually.
Okay, cool. Then I don't care.
Yeah, but that might not be back for a while either.
But that, though, dude, those were so much fucking fun in the sense that you were just like, yo, I'm not going to the other side of the park and walking. Meanwhile, it wasn't that long. But, you're just like, yo, I'm hopping on this. And you and the boys are sitting at the top. And you're just looking down, yo!
Shouting out to people.
Yeah. Your, friends might be walking, and you're like, no way, dude! That was, a crazy, nostalgia trip. And same thing with Parachutes. Dude, I love the Parachutes ride, because it's you just pulled up to the top, and you're just sitting up there, you're like, yo! Yeah. Just sitting there for a second, then just get dropped.
Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Very anticlimactic in that sense, but, it was just mad funny
slow.
that you're just, sitting there, and you're talking to people, yo, dude, what's up? Yo, this is fucking sick, dude. Whatever. But
the view and everything like that.
Sick.
So I think does that mean the whole boardwalk area is leaving?
I don't know. I'm excited. Listen, every couple years, it's the same thing with Six Flags, right? They're good, and then boom, everything fucking changes, right?
Yeah.
They're getting rid of the ride next to El Toro or something like that as well, I think. I haven't been
through some shit lately, too.
I haven't been to Six Flags in so long that I think we've said we keep every year. Me and Frank are yo, when are we going back? Just to even do a vlog or a pod or whatever. Just do something there.
Yeah.
Because again, that was our childhood on Friday nights and Saturdays and Sundays when we could go for a very long time. Probably at the start of 8th grade is when we went for the first time, and then we probably went until at least sophomore year aggressively. Junior and senior year we were going
every weekend.
But it was a no-brainer for when we had that first little bit of money. You bought a season pass for $100.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, I'm going to get my money's worth. Shout out to our parents for being all right, I'm driving tonight. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We had the luxury that it wasn't far. There's kids that drive 2 hours to get here.
Oh, yeah.
We were 15 minutes away. You hopped on one road, you drove for it for 12 minutes, and then you're like, cool, we're there. Drop you, see you guys in a couple. I think the really cool thing about amusement parks, knock on wood, and hopefully it doesn't get bad like that, but I think the really shitty thing that we encounter with what's going on now is my audio good?
Yeah. I was just checking because it was going dead for a little bit, but it just keeps on updating.
Hello. Am I on there? All right, cool.
Yeah.
But I think like Six Flags for us, I think I can attest to it. Like the mall was another place that it was like that, but Six Flags taught us how to be kind of like on our own, which was really cool. Like our parents brought us there. It was a safe enough environment. We were old enough, but it kind of taught us how to be fucking adults, if that makes sense.
Without a doubt.
You got to buy your own stuff. You can't spend all your money at one place.
Yeah, right.
You know, like you have to don't eat it before you go on a fucking ride. Like, oh, I can't eat a corn dog. Oh, I shouldn't buy those photos. That's not a right investment.
Right,
so it was really cool
right,
that
right.
like. You know, I look at Six Flags as one of those places like, no, I don't go all the time at all anymore. Like, but it was such a huge, important part of my life as a kid that, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. You know what I mean?
I wasn't a mall kid. Six Flags was my mall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I was both. Like, you know, it was just different.
But either or.
Yeah.
Like, it was the spot to be at when we were younger and whatnot. We'll see what they do with it, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's for
listen, every couple years they say Six Flags is like gonna like completely just like close
crash
down
and burn and
every couple years. But you know, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Last thing I want to bring up before we get into our top five. I don't
Damn it! I've never hit this thing once, and now I've hit it. How many times in one podcast? No, I probably hit it every podcast.
Last thing I'll bring up before the main topic. News broke today. Chris Evans in Doomsday. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm
tell you
going
my
to be go.
Okay, I think it's the most obvious move. If you're gonna have Robert Downey Jr. in it as Doom,
the two of them as bad guys.
I don't know who Chris Evans is gonna be.
Be Electric.
If Chris Evans is a bad guy, yeah, it would be Electric.
Like Chris Evans is his henchman almost?
No, he would have to be, I think, another villain.
No, I'm saying another villain.
But not as a henchman. Not to
sorry,
undermine him.
Not a
you know
henchman.
What I mean?
Not a henchman. All right, his right-hand man.
Sure, either that or just like two major supervillains teaming up together. And maybe that even causes conflict in itself on different ideas.
I think I only say him as that because like we saw them both as the 1 and 2, and they kind of went and they were
and they still butted heads even as heroes. Yeah.
So I almost think it would be like to see Captain America under the thumb of Iron Man. From our perspective,
right.
Even though that wouldn't be either of those characters, most likely, that's where I'm kind of like, that would be wild. Like to see Robert Downey Jr. now has the control over this guy.
Yes.
That Steve Rogers was uncontrollable. No one could control him into being like again, the whole Sokovia Accords, all that shit that went on, right?
Yeah.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. was one side, he was another side. So it's like it would be wild to see him be like, all right, cool, like I teamed up to be the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like that's my broader scope of it.
My other thoughts on it, I thought about it briefly today while I was working and saw the news. So I think he very well is coming back as Captain America, to be completely honest with you, in a different form. There's a new comic version of Captain America.
Okay.
Where, you know, he had his storyline in this one comic for a little bit, and then it's revealed that he's actually a Hydra agent the whole time, and it says Hail Hydra. I could see them doing something like that, but the thing with that would be a smaller role. Like, for them to announce that he's going to be back in it right now means there's a bigger part to play.
I don't think you can do that Hail Hydra thing anymore, dude, because I think that storyline's kind of gone. Like,
I agree
think
with
already
you.
Past that, so
I agree. I
don't disagree with what you're saying. It's just like, if you do that, then you're taking like drastic steps back, and you don't need to do that. You're like,
it's just a quick idea to put out there what they could do.
I get that. Yeah.
I bet you they have a way. I mean, it's the Russos. I bet you they have a way more clever idea of how they're going to bring him back. But just saying, the two big guns are back.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
It's the right thing to. I got something on the side of my fucking head. This pot is fucking chaotic tonight. It's the right thing to do. It's just like
it's hard to tell what they're gonna do.
Well, I hope we don't look back and say like, "Damn."
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
I know.
Even if it's not great, again, it's still decent content. So like, whatever. But
I think it's gonna be more than decent.
No, I do too. But I'm just saying, like, in a worst case scenario, okay, right? Like, I'm saying,
like, not better than Endgame, but still very good.
All right, so let's compare it to DC.
Okay.
I hate to do it to you, Frank, but
it's hard to do that.
It is, but I'm saying it's like they kind of brought all the big guns in to make certain movies, and then they didn't live up to par for a lot of them. So I'm saying we've gotten at Marvel to that top moment, and now those guys are gone to take that next step. What happened was we got to that next step, and it was like, all right, cool. It didn't live up to the hype that we thought it was going
landed
to.
Flat,
so now let's bring them back.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it going to be like a director's cut of
Snyder
cut?
Yeah.
Or is it like where, oh my God, like people loved that? Or is it going to be like all right, we're grabbing at straws here kind of a thing?
I have a hard time relating the two with that because we're talking about two totally different scales.
I'm comparing.
Marvel is at a way higher scale with this and more pressure on them.
Well, no, yeah, but it's DC though. I mean, it's still the number 2 superhero shit.
People consider Man of Steel onward. Man of Steel is the first movie of that universe as a failure.
Yeah.
Okay. So like it was never on the right foot. Anyway, that I'm excited what they did.
It'll be fun. I mean, and the good way to pivot into that is I think there's a lot of good stuff on this list.
Oh, for 2025.
That's going to make it into 2025. And I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of better than there is not better.
I agree with that.
Also,
yeah.
Shout out Skeleton Crew for Star Wars. It's actually been an awesome time.
I heard it's great.
Been an awesome time.
I heard it's great.
Far.
Good.
It's been a lot of fun.
Good for you
I won't
guys.
lie. I'm 2 episodes in. The other episode came out tonight, which is Tuesday, December 10th.
Jeremy Allen White playing Jabba the Hutt's son.
Yeah. That's
what the fuck.
I have no comment at this point on that. He's voicing whatever the Hutt it is, but
I forgot the name too. Interesting. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. We'll see about that. But yeah, no, Skeleton Crew is a lot of fun, so I'm very happy to I'm very happy. I was like, shit. I'm
happy for you guys that after the Acolyte that something good came out.
Again, dude,
Star Wars once again.
The Acolyte was not good, but it should have had a second season, so it would have had a chance to at least try to explain why it was so bad in season 1.
There was an actor from The Acolyte that said the Acolyte story may not be over, it just might come back in another form. It might not be The Acolyte season 2.
It might just be a comic.
Yeah.
The smart thing to do would be make a comic for it, or like make a
content-wise.
Yeah, but make a comic for it, or make a book of it. You can't listen.
Yeah.
Listen, unless you're going to greenlight it and say, all right, we're going to make a season 2, which again, I wouldn't be mad at.
Because obviously it's not going to be a movie.
No, they should. No, they should make it back into a show. Just give us another season of it and just say, all right, cool. We're going to be able to flush everything out in season 2 and just end it. Just be like, all right, cool. Like it was what it was.
Hear me out. Video game of the Sith. No. You don't think so?
No, because they do a lot of really good content with the Old Republic stuff in comics and in books. Like a lot of really good stuff.
They do. Yeah.
So this was the first out of
TV realm thing.
Well, this was the first Old Republic TV stuff that they did, so everyone was so hyped. So the way that it flopped, it's kind of like, all right, we can't put a fucking game out. You have to kind of be like, all right, what are we going to do? Yeah. And it's almost like, all right, well, it didn't work out. Let's do a book. Let's do a comic. And we can kind of be like, wash our hands of it. Sure. And then move on to the next project.
Make it canon. Yeah. End it well.
We'll see. I mean, again, like I said, in a perfect world, and just kind of give us a end to whatever we can do. You know,
update software and hardware over here. All right. Anyway, all right, we're gonna get into our list. I have 3 different things, 3 different categories in my list.
Categories,
not anticipated for, honorable mentions, and then my top 5.
All right, I didn't do any not anticipated for because I was just like whatever.
Well, to be honest with you, I looked up. I had my list already in mind for my top 5, but I wanted to see if I was missing anything. Right before the pod, there are 2 movies that I'm not excited for. One is Snow White.
Okay, I have that on my not so excited for. I'm not crazy about.
I don't really want to get much into it. I'll get pretty mad, I think. I'm not a big fan of Rachel Zegler. I think she doesn't know what she's talking about half the time. And I'm also not a big fan of what's Wonder Woman's name? Gal Gadot. They ruined 1984, that movie. I just think they did everything wrong with the production of that movie. Everything that's come out about it. Anyway, the other movie is a Minecraft movie. It looks horrendous. Jack Black, I love you to death, brother. I don't know. What does it say in there?
Minecraft and Snow White is my not excited for.
Oh, good, yeah. Yeah, Minecraft looks so bad. Jason Momoa, Jack Black, what are you doing? Jack Black's in every video game movie nowadays, except for the best one, Sonic. But anyway, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I'm not excited for either of them. I think the live action stuff is either super hit or super miss. There is a live action one on my list, and it's more because I'm very intrigued by it, and I think it could be
live
the
action
first
video game movie?
just live action
For next year?
movie next year.
Okay.
That's a cartoon that's turning into a live action movie.
Oh, I want to guess, but it'll take too much time.
It's
probably.
fine, but again, it's like that's one that, in my opinion,
Holy shit! I know what it is. I'm sorry, I got excited there. Can I say it?
Yeah, sure.
How to Train Your Dragon?
No.
Oh.
It's on my honorable mentions, though.
Okay.
Because I wasn't a How to Train Your Dragon
Those
guy.
movies are phenomenal.
Very good movies, but I didn't ever see them.
Yeah.
Let me run off my honorable mentions. Don't say if any of these are on your list or not.
Yeah.
Wicked 2. I haven't seen Wicked, but I've heard it's fucking
neither.
awesome.
I
I've
wanna see
heard
it
it's
soon.
awesome.
No.
I also want to see Gladiator 2 because I've heard it's also awesome.
I heard it's pretty good, yeah.
Okay, Zootopia 2. I was a huge Zootopia fan. I thought that was an awesome movie. I'm excited for the second version of it. That's a Pixar, right? That's Pixar. It's Disney?
No, it's actually just regular Disney animation.
Disney animation.
It's not Pixar, yeah.
Awesome, great stuff. You guys killed it with
They
that.
do great. They do great nowadays.
Mickey 17. That's a Robert Pattinson movie
Yeah.
where he's like a clone kind of a thing,
Yeah.
and it just looks super intriguing. I think Robert Pattinson is the man.
He is
I
phenomenal.
think since even prior to Batman, he was killing it, and no one was paying attention. Then he became Batman, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, this guy's career's back." It's like, nope, it's been back for a little
been
bit.
back.
You just haven't been paying attention.
Agree with that.
Mission Impossible. I'm not
Apparently
the biggest.
the final one.
I'm not the biggest Mission Impossible guy. My father-in-law is a huge Mission Impossible guy, but it's just a super like fun, intriguing,
Very entertaining
very
movie
entertaining. I feel like those
series.
are like turn your brain on, not turn your brain off, but you could just sit there and watch it in the background and be like, "Yo, that's sick." You know what
It
I
actually
mean?
gets your mind racing.
I think it's a movie that
way.
you could very much put on and then get drawn into,
even if it's like in the middle of it.
instead of you being like, all right, I'm just going to listen to this as background noise.
Right.
Like, it might actually be like, oh, shit, like actually distract you from what you were doing to kind of focus you in on it, if that
and
makes
you
sense.
have one of the most entertaining actors.
How to Train Your Dragon, and then Ballerina. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
That's the
John Wick spinoff.
The John Wick spinoff, yeah. So, again, I'm not caught up on the John Wick movies. I mean, they're great. Everything is awesome from what I've seen with
I've
them.
seen 1 and 2, just not 3 and
And
4.
it'll be exciting to see if Anna de Armas can actually, I don't want to say get it done, but
I think she could. Also have heard nightmare things about the movie so far, so we'll see how that turns out.
oh, we'll see.
I'll do my honorable mentions. Speaking of John Wick, this is like a John Wick-esque movie with Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. Nobody 2. Did you see the first Nobody?
Yeah.
Nobody 2 is coming out next year.
Okay.
Very excited for that. It's a nice, cute little movie about this guy murdering people because he got done wrong. He's been done wrong. And there's a second one coming out. Very cool. What's his name? Doc Brown is his father in the movie. It's incredible.
Doc Brown. Oh my God.
What's his act? Christopher something.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right, another one in my honorable mentions. I only got 3. The second one is Freakier Friday. I love Freaky Friday. Classic movie. I'm glad to see Lindsay Lohan come back, especially with Jamie Lee Curtis pairing back together in Freakier Friday. We'll see what they do with that.
Oh, I guess honorable mention also would be
Hints.
don't worry about it. I'm gonna get it. Just let me look at myself. Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, you see, I don't think... We'll see how
I don't
it
think
is.
it's gonna be it's an honorable mention more because I mean it's gonna
Interesting,
go
right?
is it gonna go to Netflix?
Just straight to Netflix.
Yeah, okay. I mean your favorite movie's on Netflix, Hubie Halloween.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time, Hubie
No,
Halloween. Yes,
stop,
accurate.
stop.
Don't let him sit here and tell you guys, the fans. I would never badmouth you guys. You know I love all of you, and I've never said a bad thing about you guys ever.
Yeah.
Frank's a liar right now. He loves Hubie Halloween. The only part I ever laughed at in that movie is him throwing up. Still makes me
How
laugh.
about dude?
It still makes
Dude, when they're
he
throwing
drinks the
when they're
eggs-
throwing shit at him when he's on the bike.
No,
bro.
you love that when he's on the bike and he goes to drink. I think it's the like eggs or whatever it is
Yeah,
in his fucking
microwaves start getting
thermos,
thrown at
and
him
he
and
just drinks it.
everything.
Yeah, that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
me
yeah,
laugh
yeah.
every fucking time.
It's good.
That's the only good part of that movie. Love you, Adam Sandler, sponsor the pod.
My
Yeah, on
last
the pod.
honorable mention is Saw 11. Saw 10 came out last year. Surprisingly good, making its grand return.
I mean,
And it's a prequel. It was between 1 and 2, Saw 10, and I believe they're continuing between those movies in Saw 11.
I'm not a hater, but at the same time, like, yeah.
Listen, as long as they're good or decent, and they have a good enough plot twist, because that's what they're
As long
known
as they're
for.
good or decent or okay or not too great.
As long as I'm entertained, that's it. That's
As long
it,
as
you
Frank
know?
can talk decently about it, he'll be like, yeah, it was
Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
it
exactly.
was all right, it was
That's
all
all
right.
I need. You got anything else before
That's
we
it.
get into our top five?
I'll do my 5-4. You do your 5-4.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
do it that way. 5. 28 days later. 28 years later.
Saw
Sorry.
the trailer
Years later.
just before the pod.
Looks crazy.
It's one of the best trailers I've seen in a very long time.
Looks fucking crazy.
It does look
looks
crazy.
so good. And I knew it was going to be decent, but fuck, dude, it looks good.
And I love
It should be higher on my list. I just put it lower because I'm like, I was just I haven't seen 28 Days Later in such a long time that I'm like, all right, like I got to get back on it. But
There's that, and we just got our first preview of it
yeah.
today.
Well, we got the teaser that it was coming back, and bro, this thing
No, it
looks like it's gonna be so good.
Yes.
It looks so like. I'll go out of my way to say it may be contender of movie of the year. Maybe it won't win it, but it
Oh,
could
you're
be up
talking
there.
Oscars?
It could be up there. It looks
I
like
have
it's
a hard time
shot.
seeing
It
that.
looks like it's shot so well. Though.
I agree
it looks
with that.
beautiful. So
I
it's
agree
all
with
right.
that.
Hey, fine. Won't win the movie of the year, but cinematography.
Cinematography, sure. I can see it.
Maybe sound engineering. I don't know. I mean, it sounded good. Maybe the best. Also, did you see fucking Hans Zimmer wasn't eligible for Dune 2 for
I know, because it was too similar to the first soundtrack. Yeah, I saw that a while ago, and then they debated it. I think they went into discussion about it, and they still said no.
You guys are idiots. You're just like Scorsese. You're idiots. You're old and you're farty and you're losers.
I
Give
don't
Hans
understand
Zimmerman
that. That is stupid.
stupid.
That is
What?
stupid.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Dumb. You're dumb. 28 Days Later. My number 4 is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, good one.
Great movie. One of my favorite of the Disney movies. Like
Same
as
here.
a kid, again, super nostalgia trip for me like that.
Yes.
Again, it's so low, and I wanted to have it at 5, but I'm like, you know what? Let me put it at 4 because I am a little bit like optimistic with it. But it
Yeah.
is something I'm very nervous about because it could be awesome or it could be like, oh wow, this is dog shit.
Sure.
But I think I'm holding this in a very similar Sonic place where we both were like, this isn't needed.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be good. That's my opinion. Because again, same thing.
it's a
We
good way of putting
looked
it.
at the Sonic. Bro, we can go back to the pod. We talked about how the original
Well,
Sonic
especially
looked.
how he looked.
Remember how bad it was?
Terrible.
Dude, we sat here and talked about it. We're like, oh my God, he looks terrible. And then when
Yeah.
it came back out, we're like, all right, cool, it's better.
Yeah.
And then when it came out that it was better. I mean, you love those movies.
Yeah, it's not even the character design difference that made it for me. It's just the actual movie. Both movies, they
Better-
are good.
Better movies, yeah.
They are good.
And the third one's going to be, it's out, right? Or it's
No,
coming
December
out?
20th.
He's
I'm
excited.
ready. I'm ready.
Thanks.
Shadow
Christmas
the Hedgehog.
movie, yeah.
Shadow the fucking Hedgehog. All right, my number 5 is Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
So, I thought there could... So, unlike... I mean, I think this is what you were saying. Like, the movie could go wrong in a sense as far as maybe story or whatever. I don't think so. Just follow the regular story. The only thing in my opinion, they really could have messed up on was Stitch's design. They could have gone the route
It looks
of
good.
the live action Lion
No,
King.
it looks good.
The Lion King. I don't know. I said Lion
Live
and
action.
King.
No, you said live action Lion King.
Live action Lion King. Yeah, how they made him look more realistic.
Yeah.
No. Stitch, they did perfect. You did the design perfect. And all you got to do is follow the original story. You guys are going to be okay. That's my number 5. My number 4. Oh boy. Scary Movie 6. Bring back comedy in movies. This is what is needed right now. This is what is needed right now, and I cannot wait. The Wayne brothers are producing, and I believe directing this too. I cannot wait for Scary Movie 6.
I hope this would be like an honorable mention on mine as well. I hope they go out of their way to make this offensively funny. Like I really do.
That's
because
my point.
I think it would be great.
Yeah.
It would really suck if they put it out and it's like, oh, that was fine. Almost like I like to compare those movies to Jackass. Because those first two Jackasses, or the first three, first two
three,
Jackasses,
I would say three.
Three are great. Like, first two are like gold.
Well, actually,
and they're like offensive
there is
and they're
only
good.
4. And the 4th one only came out
so
recently.
So the third is no good then.
No,
that's what I mean.
Jackass 3D I thought was great.
Oh, so then, all right. Regardless,
all
then
been
maybe
good.
I'm thinking of something wrong. Whatever. But it's like they started to not be as great, obviously. I mean, you go from this to this, you probably plateaued a little bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But... yeah, I mean, as long as they do this right and they actually make it that it's like, oh shit, that's offensive, but it's also funny, then it's good. I don't care. I'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
But
and it's also just stupid comedy.
that's...
I think.
Well, listen, I don't give a flying fuck who you vote for, what your pronouns are, who you are. I don't care. Like, just live your life. Don't bother me. Let me live my life. Like, don't like bring it up and don't make it a thing.
Yeah, right.
I don't care. But if you, like, it's the same thing. If you go out of your way to watch that movie and you're offended by it, unless they make a blatant, like most racial thing you've ever heard in your life towards, like,
they're staring at the camera lens saying something to you.
That's different. It's the same thing as if you go to a comedy show. Like, you hear these nightmare stories of people that are like, I was offended by that. Like, that was mean. Like, I don't like that. You can't go to a comedy show and be offended by jokes that are told because, like, that's the whole point of you going.
Exactly.
If the person's just up there, like, saying just, like, racial shit the whole hour and you're like, that was kind of weird. He just kind of, like, was being a racist the whole time.
Right.
That's different. But... like, you're going to see comedy just like a movie. Like, you're doing that to go and get a laugh out of your fucking boring-ass, dull-ass, like, stupid-ass life.
Yeah.
So don't be mad when the shit is like... because, again, what are you going to do? You're going to just complain about it, and it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything. You're going to shut the studio down? Look at South Park.
Look
at South Park.
Right.
You guys have tried to cancel them a million times. Guess what happens?
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
It's going to be a breath of fresh air because we haven't seen one of these type of movies, spoof movies, in a very long time. Not only that, I guess this is an honorable mention for me, but Airplane is coming back with Liam Neeson this time.
Crazy. That'll be exciting.
That's going to be another type of movie like that
that's
coming out next year. So we'll see what happens with both of those. Hopefully it's successful. I'm not saying totally start it up again where a new one comes out every year. Just let Scary Movie 6 be Scary Movie 6. Good throwback. That's it.
I think
I'm excited.
Did you do your 3?
No.
Are our 3, 2, and 1 all gonna be? Are yours all Marvel movies?
Yes. 2 Marvel, 1 DC.
Ooh.
Yeah. Are your 3 Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your number 3? Fantastic Four.
No.
What is it?
Ruin my 1, why don't you? Jesus, he can't even.
What is it?
This.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Captain America's my number 3.
Not even on my list.
Technically, it would have been on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
But
It should have been on my honorable mentions.
But it has gotten me more intrigued. I think we both sat there and said this is not going to be that great of a movie. I think we both sat there and said, I'm very nervous that this is not going to be that good, and it's kind of like a shit. I've been proven wrong by every trailer. I think
the trailers are phenomenal.
I think the trailers are really good.
Agreed.
And I think you could just put out a decent 2-hour-long fight movie with a good action scene and a good post-credit scene,
espionage.
And I'll be good with it. And I think that's what they're good with. I think they're like, cool, we saw what Secret Invasion did wrong, but we saw what it did right, and we're just going to combine that with an old-school Marvel movie that everyone loves in that Captain America
realm. Just go back to Winter Soldier vibes, man.
Go back to what works, and
that's it.
But that's the thing.
I do think that is what they're doing.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be good, and I think it's going to be surprisingly a middle-of-the-pack Marvel movie, but closer to the top of the middle of the pack. That's my opinion. So,
so middle of the pack, like as far as all the Marvel movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I
mean, I can see that.
It's not going to be the bottom 5. It won't be in the
I don't think
Thors.
so.
It won't be in the Iron Man 3.
See.
That's my opinion.
Right.
You know, if I had to guess, I would say maybe like it'll be better than Multiverse of Madness.
I could see it.
I liked that movie.
I like it too.
it'll be better than maybe Ant-Man
Quantumania.
And again, I liked that movie. I also liked that movie. I know a lot of people didn't like that movie.
I liked it.
I think that was
I think it will be better. I think it will be better
than that movie.
Me too.
But I think like maybe Ant-Man 2,
I think it'll be better than Ant-Man.
I think it maybe is better than Ant-Man 1 is really
Ant-Man 1 is
solid.
great.
Is really solid, but I think it could be better. I think could be better. I think this too many chips in the middle, but I think this movie could be better than we think. That's my number 3.
Okay.
My number 2 is Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I think we're both going to talk about this a good amount. Again, I think this is a super good year. I think we're going to look back, and me and you were both very nervous about what Marvel was doing when all this ended.
Yeah.
And we were proven right, where we're like, wow, we were right to be nervous because they didn't do the greatest job.
Yeah.
Do I still think the content was fine? Yes.
Me too.
Secret Invasion, people say, was the worst thing they've ever watched. It wasn't. It wasn't great. It was not.
It's pretty bad.
That fight scene was bad, but there were parts of that movie that I liked, or the show. And
I liked the fight scene at the end. It's probably the only good part of the finale.
No, of the finale. Yeah, that's fine.
The actual ending was horrific.
What I'm saying is fortunately it doesn't seem like these movies, these shows for certain genres, especially for Disney, statistically, are going to give us these just banger after banger. It kind of seems like they're going to just be like, oh, this is
sprinkled in
here's
there,
good content.
here, there.
Same. I go back to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was not that good of a show, but the fight scene was worth every bad moment.
That's what happens.
Secret Invasion's fight scene, you like it, was worth every bad moment. Or again, like, I liked some of the Nick Fury stuff. I thought that was a good way to build it out. I think they did a bad job with other things.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with the Acolyte. The Jedi fight scenes were worth it because it was like, holy shit, this was amazing wire work. This was amazing fighting.
Yeah.
This was awesome Star Wars content. But then the rest, you're like, ooh. So, unfortunately, it's like we're kind of in that moment of it, and I think we're working our way out with now Deadpool and Wolverine, which was great.
Agreed. Marvel?
Only
Deadpool and Wolverine really
Agatha. Agatha.
Oh, Agatha was good. Agatha was good.
What other shows?
That was it this year. That was it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They both Marvel and DC laid low this year.
But listen, I think that was for the good.
I agree.
I think that was for the right thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now I think we're like, all right, this wasn't a terrible year, and now I think we're going to have just bangers next year.
I agree.
Just straight bangers. And we have... What other shows do we? Don't we have a ton of shows next year?
Daredevil this next year, baby.
Daredevil's gonna be good.
Daredevil
and What If is gonna be back, and then the zombie show.
I don't care about What If or zombies. I don't care.
But people liked them.
Yeah,
that was still good
do.
content. So I'm saying it's just
for
like
me, no.
But for you, but I'm saying in general, those
Daredevil,
could be 3 really.
Ironheart. I don't care about Ironheart. And there is one other one. I can't think of it right now. There's another show.
Think of it.
Yeah.
How can I pull Christopher Lloyd, but I can't pull the other Disney shows?
Did you say 2 was 2 Thunderbolts?
2 is Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Yeah. So my 3 is Captain America. 2 is Thunderbolts. So you're 3 and 2.
My 3 is the Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Ooh.
I am very excited for the movie. It has been a long time ago talked about movie.
Yeah.
It's been in the process for a while.
Third attempt.
Third time's a charm. I do believe they're going to kill it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
And I'm just excited to see a fresh Fantastic Four movie and it actually being good. That's it. They're not my favorite superheroes. I'm just ready to see a iconic group of characters that we haven't seen yet in the MCU appear, and they do a great job doing it.
Well, actually in the MCU.
Actually in the MCU.
John Krasinski, because, John Krasinski.
Oh, right.
We've seen Mr. Fantastic.
This is our Fantastic Four.
Which, again...
John Krasinski wasn't our Mr. Fantastic. Pedro is.
But I did very much think that would have been the right casting call if you stuck with it.
I don't think so.
I think he was good. I think he would have been good. That's my opinion.
I don't think he would have been bad. I think you just could have gotten... I'm not even completely... And I love Pedro Pascal.
I think Pedro could have been a better villain. I just think Pedro could have been a better villain. I think Pedro could have been such a good... he wouldn't have been Doom, but if you imagine him
I
as Doom...
I could have seen him as Doom. I could have seen
him. Bro. As Doom. I still think Cillian Murphy should have been Doom.
Me too. Who knows? Could still might happen.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It
Downey might just be a temporary
like I said,
big event thing.
I 100% said that like this could just be the alternate version of him. And
Yeah.
I think it could still be him because, dude, Cillian Murphy would be so good. Antonio Banderas as Galactus. Did you see that?
It's not him, though.
It's not? Oh, they were saying that there was a good chance that it was, but
they casted him. They casted him. It's an unrecognizable name to me. But he is the main villain of this movie. They put out a synopsis.
You know who I think could have been the best? A really good one, Javier Bardem.
Is it? No. Yes,
No
I
Country
agree.
for Old
I
Men.
agree. But it's not him either. I forgot who they got.
Give me my boys, bro. Give me Josh Brolin back with Javier Bardem, like No Country for Old Men, bro.
Next thing you know, we're going to hear that he's going to be back for Doomsday, too, I bet.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
No, I wouldn't either.
Give me my boy Thanos back. You know this is the number one Thanos podcast in the world.
My number 2, Superman. It's really the beginning of this new DC universe.
Put his chips back in the table again, brother.
My chips are on the table, but it's not just my chips in play, man. It's James Gunn's, Warner Brothers, and DC's. They are putting all their chips on this movie.
We'll see.
I think it's going to be a good movie because it's directed by James Gunn and written by James Gunn. That's not what I'm more interested about. I'm more interested, is it going to perform in the box office? Are people ready for
I
a
think
start?
so.
I don't know, dude. DC's been hurting with Blue Beetle, The Flash, all those
Holy
movies.
fuck.
Like they're
Black
Adam.
But it's Superman.
Ooh.
I think Superman's different. I think if you look at your 35-year-old cousin that's like, yo, what are you doing this weekend? You want to hang out? They're not going to be like, let's go see Blue Beetle. But I think if they are, they're oh, Superman's out. Let's go see
more
Superman.
recognizable.
Your grandma could be like, oh, I got nothing to do on Sunday. It's a shitty day. You want to go see Superman? That's different, in my opinion. So I think Superman
does have leverage
Superman,
with that.
Batman, Spider-Man,
At the same
those
time,
people are, in my opinion, always like getters. But that's me.
Superman is definitely, obviously, more recognizable. But Superman is also very boring. People are going to rather see a Spider-Man or Batman movie.
I thought those movies were good. Those
see,
Man of Steel movies.
Man of Steel is fantastic.
It is
It
good.
is so fucking good, guys.
I'm not a DC. I mean, listen, we know I'm the number one DC hater
right.
to you. I thought that was a solid movie.
It's so solid. It's more than solid. It's fucking steel, baby. Okay? It's fucking steel. You say?
See what he did?
Yeah.
And that was the episode,
That
guys.
was
Thank
the
you so
episode.
much. Follow, like, and share.
It all led up to that. No, listen, I think it's going to be a good movie because of James Gunn. I'm just more curious about... how it's going to perform.
Wait.
And it's going to depict the rest of this universe's future, I think.
Boys, I just realized something. I've been so excited to talk about this. I don't know if you said it, but I'll say it. I am going to be so wrong about Kraven the Hunter. It's going to be so bad.
I was pretty excited about it. I still am pretty excited about it.
I think it's going to be so bad.
Well,
I saw a trailer the other day, and the CGI in it was so bad that I was like, oh my God.
You know who looks bad? Rhino looks pretty bad.
Dude, I saw him like fighting something for a second. I was like, oh no, I made the wrong thing. It looks... I hope it's still good. Like, I hope it's still solid, but dude, it kind of looks bad.
I didn't even see the last Venom movie.
I heard it was decent.
I heard it was decent too, but
the Venom movies are just like this. The Venom movies are good. The first one is solid. The second two kind of just
the second one dropped a little bit.
Yeah, but it's sad to lose him. I think Tom Hardy is a really good Venom, and I think he would have been really good in the universe.
MCU.
Like, I think he would have been a really good addition to that. Like, I thought his dynamic with Peter Parker would be awesome.
Because he had comedy to him.
Yes. Like, I think he would have been great as, like, the older brother of Spider-Man. Not that he is,
right.
but, like, I think him and Tom Holland would have worked awesome together.
Yeah, like
my opinion.
Chemistry between each other.
Yes, correct. But, I mean...
Go ahead, dude. Number one.
Number one's Fantastic Four. I actually liked the first one, even though it's just terrible.
I do
like
too.
As a kid, I loved it.
I
I think
also loved the second one with Silver Surfer.
But
I
it's
like
funny.
both of them.
It's funny because it's like you look back and I thought liking the first Spider-Man as a kid was loserish because I'm like, oh, people probably hate this movie. Like as a kid,
right?
I loved it. Right, the first Spider-Man movie. It's like you love it. Toby just killed it with that movie.
Oh yeah.
But like adults were like, oh, it's Spider. You know what I mean? Like everyone hated on it. But then as you got older, you're like, oh wait, no shit, this movie is fucking awesome. Like this is a solid movie.
Spider-Man 2 is
great.
One of the best superhero movies
of all time
ever.
Top 5.
One of the best sequels of
Top
a superhero
5 probably.
movie.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Four was one of those movies that I realized was not the same way. It was like, oh shit. Like, same thing. I loved the Hulk when it first came out. I was like, oh wow, that was so much fun. And then you like watch it again as an adult, and you're like, this is child abuse.
The one that's just called Hulk with Eric Bana or whatever his name is.
Correct. Bad.
I only saw bits and pieces.
Bad.
Like, Hulk looks
terrible. I saw it in Long
design.
Beach Island on a rainy summer day when my dad was like, there's nothing to do in the house and there's 5 kids. I have to take them to go do something.
Yeah.
And we went and saw that movie, and I think we still work. I think he slept, I swear to God. I mean, he's notorious for taking us to movies and sleeping. He took us to Zombieland and he fell asleep the entire...
Oh, Get Out.
You were with us!
Yeah, I know. I don't remember he fell asleep.
Oh, he passed right out. He fell asleep and he woke up for the last like 10 minutes. He's like, "Oh, that was awesome." I was like, "What?" My parents are not movie people. They're not sit down and power to them. They're very hardworking. They work, and then they sit down and watch their little bit of whatever.
Boom.
But wasn't the same way. But which is funny because I'm like, I don't know who the hell I got this movie shit from. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be good. I think it's really going to be such a good point in the MCU. I think it's putting us in a really solid spot.
I think so, too.
I think we're in a really good point right now where it's like, can it get worse? No. Did it get real? No.
It could always get worse.
Yeah, but no, because right now we're at a good point. Yeah. It got worse in the sense that we watched a couple where we're like, whoa, these were not that great of movies. Like, again, Multiverse of Madness. But again, okay, Wanda movie, or not Wanda, Multiverse of Madness, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Quantumanium, I enjoyed. Scarlet Witch.
Guardians 3.
Guardians 3, solid movie.
Yeah.
Why Wanda? No, why am I? Natasha Romanoff is
Black Widow.
Black Widow, solid movie.
Yeah.
So like we were in this point of where we thought it was not that good.
Yeah.
But they were solid movies. Eternals, people hated that movie, and I like it. It's a good movie.
I did.
So. Thor: Love and Thunder, not that bad. Like we were in this
probably one of the only ones.
But again, it's like we were in this point of where they weren't that bad. But okay, are those movies worse than Thor 2?
Love and Thunder might be.
I don't know, man.
Too goofy.
But I don't know. But those movies are bad.
Maybe they're equal.
Those movies are bad.
Iron Man 2 is pretty bad.
Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 is pretty bad too.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, if we get the next 3 movies that are all like that, I'll say, all right, I'm out. I'll bite my word. I'll be like, all right, cool. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're back. But I think we're in a good spot.
We are in a good spot, but it's a temporary is not the right word. It's a shaky good spot.
Well, because of the Robert E. Jr.
What's that? We don't know if anything's good until we see it. But my point is, what we got already. We're only basing this off one movie, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but
it was good. We're not back yet, just off of one movie.
Look at how good in my opinion, they did, though, at pivoting with the Loki thing. I think they did a really good job of pivoting away from
as far as Jonathan?
That could have been a nightmare. And they did a really good job of fixing that and picking the pieces up.
But it didn't solve.
No, but I think it's going to... No, but I think it's... I mean...
That was just a hiccup for them.
But... Listen, I think if you're working your way, to the main bad, which is Galactus, all right, you're heading that way. And then after that, it's like you got to figure out what's going on because we might be close to being done. Comic book movies will never be done. But
as far as this,
done with this saga of this universe.
Agreed.
Because we're running out of the stuff like that. There's always going to be tons of stuff.
X-Men, they're gonna do big stuff.
And that's what I think is really exciting too, because we're gonna get mutants, we're gonna get X-Men, and then I think there's a lot of people that you can make younger characters that can step into that world.
Yeah.
That are gonna be really good actors.
Yeah.
Like, I mean. Listen, all you got to do is put Timothée Chalamet in a role in an MCU movie.
I even say Taylor Egerton
would be great.
I think he would be awesome.
Anna Taylor-Joy would, I think, be really good. There's really good actors and actresses, actors that I think you can plug and play into these roles to come up, and I think they'll be good. So I'm not super worried about it, but we'll see.
I'm not too worried about it either. Yeah. I'm just saying I don't like when people get ahead of themselves. Like, we're back.
No, I'm not,
dude. We're only one movie.
You
know what I'm saying?
We're not back.
No.
Listen.
We're
Deadpool
back
and Wolverine,
when we're like
Deadpool and
5
Wolverine,
movies in that are excellent.
Deadpool and Wolverine was back in the sense that, holy shit, this is FU funny. This is Marvel saying we're giving the control to the guys.
Theater event experience.
That was back.
Agreed.
That was back.
Agreed.
That movie in the theaters was an awesome fucking time and was one of the best MCU movies I've seen in a theater.
Oh yeah,
It was.
It was. Yeah.
Back in that sense.
Yep.
Not back in the sense that everything's not fixed, like you said. But
Right.
we are back in that sense. That's
Agreed.
my opinion.
For right now.
For right now. Temporarily back.
All right, my number
Can you
one.
make the title of this pod temporarily
back?
Yep.
Okay, all right. My number one is Thunderbolts. It's a movie that I thought that, why are they making? Saw both trailers.
So good.
They are so good.
So fucking
It looks
good.
so entertaining. This is the Suicide Squad of the Marvel Universe, and I couldn't be happier with
Such
how
a
it's
good
looking.
cast. Such a
Honestly.
good cast, dude.
It looks so entertaining. Now we know who bought Avengers Tower. It was the Vanessa girl.
Yeah. Vanessa De Fontaine.
Yeah. It just looks awesome.
No, it looks great.
They are the Dark Avengers. It's so
It's
cool.
gonna be so much fun, I think.
It's gonna be so much
And
fun.
that's a February?
No, that's Captain America.
And then when's that?
That's the next one up, and then it's Fantastic Four. I don't know. Thunderbolts is maybe
Siri.
June or something.
When does Thunderbolts come out in movie theaters?
Okay, I found this on the web for when does Thunderbolts come out in movie theaters.
I hate my life.
Check it out.
No. Yelena, Red Guardian, Taskmaster, Ghost. Oh, No, not Adam Warlock. Sentry.
Sentry, yeah.
Can't wait to see Sentry come on screen. Winter Soldier's back. It's going to be a good time. I just know it. I think Ghost and Taskmaster are going to die in the movie.
That would be great. Not in the sense that I want them dead, but
right.
like
Yeah.
you need to kill some people off. Like
Exactly.
you have to. You can't. I think.
and U.S. Agent. I love U.S. Agent. Fake Captain America. Love him. Walker, whatever his first name
Well,
is.
I think you need to. I think you May 2nd, 2025.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think the big thing with Marvel in this next phase is you gotta kill people.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a weird, like, I know that sounds like I want like blood and guts and gore and yeah. Like, no,
it's
that's
just-
it's not what I'm asking. It's just like, so you go too long in Walking Dead.
Right.
You keep these characters along for so long, and then you kill off these like C-level characters, and you expect us to be like, no, like,
Yeah.
we don't have that connection. And then when it's already too late, you then kill them off, and it's like, not as bummed.
Because the hype's
Not as
gone
bummed.
now.
Like you killed off
You let it go.
Scarlet Witch or
Right.
Why do I keep saying Scarlet
Black Widow,
Witch?
Black
You
Widow.
killed off Black Widow, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, surprise.
I know. All right, let me ask you a question to close it off real quick.
Yeah.
From what's not already announced of new characters coming in, who's someone that hasn't been announced yet for a project that you would
Like a character?
Yeah, most excited to see enter the MCU that hasn't been announced yet. I'll tell you mine. It's Ghost Rider. Plenty of fan casting for Ghost Rider 2. Like, Norman Reedus would be a sick one.
Oof, Norman Reedus would fucking rock.
And I only bring that up because you brought up Walking Dead just before.
Norman Reedus would rock.
I agree.
Who?
It's either Ghost
would
Rider
I-
or like...
Do they have exactly who Galactus is? Why do I not? Like, they do definitely have the cast,
They have an actor attached.
but they don't have the name out in the public.
No, they do. I'll look it up. Hold
Who
on.
am I thinking? I thought there was someone. Bear with us as we talk. In our heads.
This? Oh wait, yeah, I know this guy. This is Galactus.
Oh, that's
I feel like I've seen him in plenty of roles. Ralph.
yeah,
Ennison.
he's in the a crappier season of Westworld.
Oh, okay.
Look him up.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see him as it.
I don't know.
If it wasn't Ghost Rider to enter the MCU, I'd probably go
Nova?
Yeah, Nova hasn't been.
I'm
introduced
looking.
Yet.
I just
yeah,
looked up a
Nova's
list.
cool.
Nova,
cool.
the Hood,
The Hood
Wonder
is going to
Man.
appear in Ironheart. That's the villain for Ironheart.
Jennifer Kale,
I don't know who the fuck that is.
the leader, Samuel
lead-
Stearns.
The leader's going to be in the new Captain America. He was actually in the Hulk movie of the MCU.
Sabra, Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Yeah, but
That's
he's
John
gonna
Barenthal,
be,
isn't
yeah,
it
he's
just gonna be?
He's
Yeah.
going to be in the new Daredevil show.
Eric Brooks, the Blade, but like I mean that's.
Oh well, Blade too. Blade in the MCU is also exciting, but that's
I think they were just
really
saying
off the
if these people could be recast possibly
Oh.
from their existing roles. 10 Marvel roles for Dwayne Johnson, that would be perfect for him.
I don't want him in there.
No, I want to read these real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hercules, Ares, Hyperion, Apocalypse,
Yeah,
Silver Surfer.
No,
What?
I could see Apocalypse though.
Juggernaut, I could see. I would love Juggernaut. I think that'd be hilarious.
Juggernaut needs to be all CG.
Gladiator, Beta Ray Bill,
Oh, shit.
Blue Marvel,
Do you know who Beta Ray Bill is?
Titanus. No.
It's it's Thor, but he's a horse.
Oh yeah. Wait, wasn't he in our animal draft?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Shout out me having the most underrated draft of all time with that animal draft because I drafted that team and then what? 3 of the people were in the next.
It wasn't. Who was it? Is it the Suicide Squad roster?
It was who would you have your Suicide? I just did animals. And then 3 of those people were in the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It was the Starfish, King Shark, and Weasel.
And Weasel was in
3 were
there.
in and I think on that roster too, possibly. Like I just did the most absurd.
The most first ones.
Like I just did the most absurd.
The most first ones.
And
of course,
I hit on all of them.
Of
and
course,
I was like,
right?
no, I don't know who's watching the pod from DC.
Yeah.
But hit our line because I'll stop talking shit about DC if you want me to.
All right, guys, listen up. To another year.
Yes.
Listen, I
you.
hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. It's our last podcast of 2024. We will see you in 2025. But until then, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also, follow us on all social media platforms at Frank_video. No, I'm sorry, at Loggin On. I need to get used to that still. And
Loggin On.
Yeah, you know what? We'll see you next time. But until then, peace out. I thought this was my turn. Oh fuck. I think it's more than okay. I think it's good. Don't think it's great.
Okay. I like this game. It's fun. I like not knowing. It's like scary.
20 minutes later.
No, I'm just looking at the time of it.
What
I
are
wanna
we
make-
at?
We're at an hour 30. I just want to make sure the cameras aren't going to die.
Okay, so let's.
I'm having a great time right
Let's
now.
get
we're
writing.
just-
I'm having a great time.
Talking too much, guys.
Yeah, we are.
No, that's why. That's why I
Shut
checked.
up.
No, that's why I checked.
Frankie
That's what I
finished the
checked.
wine. We don't even have a rating.
I know.
We don't even have a rating yet. I said I didn't even like
You
that.
don't. You do love Pinot Noir.
I do love Pinot Noir, so it's a little bit of a weakness.
All right, so we have to
shut
rate.
up and rate the wine, okay?
I don't remember what the wine tastes like. I
Give
don't.
you a little bit more.
Please do.
You
Please,
said
yes.
it was.
I need a little refresher.
I'm gonna go with
Hold on.
I think I'm gonna go with a 5.1.
I'm going with a 7.
9.3.